What's up, y'all? It's your boy 30, man. Welcome back to my channel. I post free picks every day and we sweat them out on live, man. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button. As you can see, recap, we had a great night. Listen, yesterday could not go as perfect as it was. It could not be any perfect. Every bet we put out, and I say we because we do this together. I do this for y'all. I want to win. I want y'all to win. So every pick we went out, green. I couldn't do no wrong yesterday. I even put in a bet. Because when I'm doing all my bets in the morning, I put some in, cash them out, don't like them, take them out. Even the ones that I went back and took out and not put in the final slate of bets, even them cash too. Like if I would have left it, it would have still hit. So yesterday I just hit. It was a great day, super green day. We hit our 5 straight bets with college basketball and NBA basketball, the props covered, and then we hit the $5 bonus bet. It was just a lovely day. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bounce back today. Like I went live last night and I was telling people that you know what's better than winning the championship? Winning it back to back. So it was great yesterday. We won a lot of money. Let's bounce back today. It's gonna get tougher. You know what I'm saying? It's a small slate of NBA game. I think it's like 5 NBA games. In this video, I got three NBA bets and 3 college basketball bets. I had a hockey bet, but it's their first day back since they break. And I said, you know what? Let me let hockey get reacclimated. Let me not touch hockey today. So, but yeah, man, 3 NBA bets, 3 college bets. I love them all. I was able to find 2 player props. Now the slate was very small with these 5 games. Really 4 because I'm not touching the Lakers game. Y'all know I don't bet with the Lakers. Anything involving the Lakers is my favorite team. I get too emotional about it. But so out of the 4 NBA games, I got 2 player props and I got an NBA over that I really love. But yeah, man, 3 college bets. Let's get into it, man. Let's start with college basketball so we knock these out and get into NBA. First college pick, we got Towson and Campbell. Towson is on the road against Campbell. I think the spread is like, I think it's like -2, -2.5. I took it down to -1. Give me Towson -1. Listen, they lost their last game, right? But before then, they had 12 straight conference wins. It's no way they lose a second conference game back-to-back. It's just no way. After 12 straight conference wins, you had to know a letdown was coming. If you play sports, you had to know that. You on a crazy streak, just like sports, but you on a crazy streak, you bound to start missing shots, so you bound to start losing games or whatever the case may be. But they won't lose against Campbell. That's a fact. Campbell's at home, but I still think Towson is a 6-7 point a better team. I just don't think they can keep up with Towson play defense. Towson shoot the ball well. And like I always say, like sometimes when you catch these lines, this might be a case of recency bias. Towson lost the last game. Everybody think they streak coming to an end. They're not gonna play the same by taking a loss. But before then, they was 12 straight conference wins. They play good in their conference. They handle business on the road at home. They play good. They're a tough team. They play defense and they shoot the 3 ball very well, which is almost the opposite of Campbell. Their defense is atrocious. They don't shoot the ball super great. They shoot it okay, but they can't keep up. I don't think they're going to keep up with Towson. So I almost took Towson team totals over on whatever number it was, but I just want to stick to the spread and take Towson -1. So we're going to do first bet of the day, college basketball, Towson -1 versus Campbell. You can take a money line. I just took a -1 because if they win, they got to win by 1 or more. So it's either going to be a tie or they're going to win by 2 or more or whatever the case may be. So that's the first bet. Let's get into the next one. Pick West Virginia at Texas Tech over 134. Listen, I know, and like I said, I jinx myself sometimes, but out of all my picks today, NBA and college, I like this bet the bet most. And you might be saying 30. We might need to stay away from that one. You know how you like a bet the most and it don't hit? It's something about this one, man. I just like this one more than the other one. So West Virginia on the road against Texas Tech, right? Texas Tech is, I think, like 10. No, they're like 11.5 point favorites. And I don't care if you blow them out. I don't care about that. But I just don't see this game going under. Like over 134, I feel like it's sweet. I feel like the line supposed to be at 140. Kind of how I felt yesterday. It's supposed to be at like 140, but I don't know if I'm just catching it super early. But 6 points, that's a big discrepancy. Like, and I just don't see how this line stays there. And a lot of times what they do is, man, like I took it over 134, right? But a couple hours before the game, if too many people put the money on the over, they'll drop the line because they know a lot of people focus on line movement maybe too much. They'll drop the line, let's say to 132, 133, and try to trick you to say, oh, man, they dropped the line. Maybe I should take the under. Nah, I just think they're trying to keep the money even so they win, so the books win on either side. So line movement is important, but it's not always the end-all, be-all. So I like West Virginia at Texas Tech over 134. But I'm hoping they bump this line up. A good positive line movement is always good before a game because it makes you feel better emotionally with your bet. But we're going to take West Virginia and Texas Tech over 134. Let's get into the next one. Last college basketball bet, Duquette and St. Bona. If I messed up the name, just let me know in the comments I messed it up. But Duquette and St. Bonaventure. I don't even want to St. Bonaventure. I don't want to mess it up. But Duquette and St. Bonaventure over 128 total points, both teams, right? So And man, like I don't, nothing's easy. We know sports bet not easy, but I just find it hard to believe. It's a ton of college games going. I'm talking about, it got to be like 50 college games. It's so many. Saturday is college basketball. That's what it's made for. But it's so many games, man. I just think that it's impossible for them to catch the right line. Even with all their computer algorithms and everything, impossible for them to catch the right line. I just feel like 128 is too low. Like this should be at 135 in my eyes. Just after watching the highlights, looking at the numbers. Because, bro, like what I pay attention to is that, like, for example, if I'm looking at a team, if I want to take an over, I'm going to give y'all a little 30 secret right now. This is what I do, right? For example, if I'm looking at a college team or NBA team to take the over, right? Whatever the line is, I see the last game, I see how many games they hit that, right? But also, in the games that they hit that, it's like, just for example, college basketball, real quick, 30 tip. If the college basketball for one team, their line might be, is this team going to score 75 total points, right? I'll look at all their past games. Every game that they hit 75, right, I will look at that game and check the stats, right? So if they score 75 in a game that they shot poor from three, they shot poor from the free throw line, and they still hit their season average, that's almost a golden over. Because they're never going to shoot that bad back-to-back nights or consistently. On a normal night, teams are going to shoot better. So if they can hit their average line on a night where they missed 10 free throws or they shot 20% from three and they still hit their line, that tells you something. So, yeah, and plus the pace matter because they play fast. So I kind of look at stuff like that. Just because the team is over in the last 9 games doesn't mean anything. They might have the most fouls, the most free throws out the whole conference in the last 10 games. It might just be that type of trend, but that doesn't mean anything. So when they play a team that doesn't foul as much, they get crushed and it's an under, and people are like, dang, it's rigged. I'm like, no, well, not necessarily. It is rigged, but at the same time, different things happen. So just a lot that go into it. Kind of, man, I try to look at different stuff, but we're going to take Duquette and St. Bonaventure over 128. I love this bet as well. Let's hop into the NBA bets. First NBA bet, right? Suns and Bulls, right? So I didn't want to touch the game. Suns don't play no defense, but Chicago plays super fast. They can sneak up and win a game. So what I did was I took Tyus Jones, point guard, over 8.5 assists and rebounds, right? And it's plus money. Now, in sports betting, plus money means underdog, minus money means slight favor. But I think it's like plus 105, plus 100 or something like that. But I love this play. We cashed Tyus Jones about. See, I remember every bet. Every bet I put in, I remember. If y'all remember, I put in a bet like a month ago. Tyus, the same bet over 7.5, and he cashed in like literally in the third quarter. It was super cash. It's just, he does so much for that team, getting them orchestrated. Yes, they got Durant and Bill and Booker. And in the fourth quarter, when things get tight, they're going to be handling the ball with 8 minutes to go in the fourth. But in terms of the beginning of the game, the first 3 quarters and part of the fourth as well, Tyus Jones does so much for them. On top of Chicago plays super fast. So we're talking about 10 more possessions for the Suns, 10 more possessions for Tyus Jones, assists and rebounds. He can get a couple rebounds on the fluke bounces or whatever. So he's not that bad of a rebounding guard. He's just small. So most people, without looking at the numbers, they assume he don't get rebounds. But he's not terrible. But we're going to take Tyus Jones over 8.5 assists and rebounds. This situation where, like I say, Chicago plays fast. He can have 7 assists. He can have 10 assists by himself and clear this line. He can have 8 assists. He can snag 2 rebounds. He can go 7 assists and 2 rebounds and clear this line for us. I love this pick as well, man. I got 6 picks. I got 6 picks in this video. But when I looked at everything, I had about 8 or 9, and I chopped it down to what I like the best. I find that I do better. We win more when I cut down the list to what I love best. So Tyus Jones over 8.5 assists and rebounds, man. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Nets is 76ers over 209.5, right? Total points. I just feel like I could never take a under in a game that involves one of the worst defensive teams in the league, being the Brooklyn Nets. And on top of that, Philly isn't the best defensive team either. Like, they got the names, Joel Embiid is back, but they're not the best defensive team either, but they're not the worst. But Brooklyn, Washington are like the worst defensive teams in the league by far. So I could never, 209 is too low. This isn't an Orlando Magic game. Even with Joel Embiid back and they play slow and they're going to post them up, there's no way this game goes under. I'm looking at like a 220 total. The Nets don't play defense, but they get up and down. They play a little fast, they get shots up. So if their 3 is falling and they don't play defense, we're talking about a recipe for a super over. So the fact that I can get this at 209, I love it. I don't see a situation where it goes under. I just don't see them going under 209. Now, remember, these are alternate lines as well. So for us to lose the alternate line, something crazy has happened. We bumped it down a little bit. If you're going to parlay this with something, bump it down even lower that you can. Even lower that you can and take the over. So this is just what I put on the alternate lines for the straight bet. But I love Nets and 76ers over 209. Embiid's playing, Paul George is playing, but he been inconsistent. But I don't think any of that matter. I just think 209 is too low. Like, I just think the 76ers get to 100 by themselves. You know what I mean? So I just think that they get to 100. And, I just think it's too low. So we're going to take 76ers and Nets over 209. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Am I tripping? Is it going over? Let me know what y'all think. Let's get into the last one. Rockets Jazz. Tyree Eason under 18.5 points and rebounds. I just don't think on a back-to-back. Both of these teams are coming on a back-to-back. But I just don't think this is his type of game. Utah plays tough at home. Like, Utah is trash, but at home, they're a middle-of-the-pack type team. Like, they'll beat any given team on any given night on a home game. That's a fact. Celtics, Boston, they'll beat anybody. They're tough at home. I don't know what it is about Utah, but they just play super good at home. So we're going to take Tyree Eason under 18.5 points and rebounds. I just don't think this is his type of game with it being a back-to-back. They went to a tough game with Minnesota last night. Ant had 37. There was a lot going on, a lot of intensity, playoff-type atmosphere. And to show up the next day, I mean, he's young. He's a young kid. So to show up the next day in Utah, are you really that eager to play? Do you really even care? That's why I had to start realizing, like, man, we take over on a lot of these guys. These guys millionaires, they don't give a damn about the back-to-back game in Utah. Yeah, he going to play because he out there, but he going to fuck up and they going to snatch him out the game. You know what I'm saying? So Tyree Eason, under 18.5 points and rebounds, man. That's all the bets for the day, man. Lock them in as early as you can. I'm going to post this video early as I can. I know college basketball, some of the games start at 1 or 2 o'clock. So I'm post this up ASAP, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the live. I'm going to try to go live later on tonight as well. I'm probably going to go live during the Laker game. If it's not too late, try to just watch the game, chill with y'all, man. But lock these bets in, man. Put them locks in the comments. We won it yesterday. We full sweep. We want another full sweep. What Kobe say? Job not finished. Let's go back-to-back days. Back-to-back full sweeps, and we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going to catch y'all in the comments, man. 30 out. Yo.